Welcome to Trading Lounge and the gold silver report for the 12th of April. So it's all pretty sort of simple from here on in. So the video will be simple and pretty short and to the point. So just carrying on from last time we spoke, the downward trend would play out like this with wave 1 here and 2 and then 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. It's possible to have a low here on another count and then push up higher from that point, but otherwise we could see two more moves to the downside here. So we've got this count here where there's more downside, possibly to this point or to this point. So that's the downside move. The more bullish move would be with wave 4 being in here and looking at this as wave 1 with ABC back for wave 2. Bit of a long shot, but it's possible. And then this would be wave 1 to the upside here in this instance. Not that it makes any difference because the way that we will be handling the situation doesn't really impinge on anything as such. So the other count here has this low in place here, which is this one here. So it's this wave 4 in here, and once again we have wave 1. So the difference for today though is that we have this 5-wave sequence to the upside here completed. So in a nutshell, any move above that there we can be long. But at the same time, we also need to be mindful that if this is not an ABC pattern here, then it can just come down further from this point and make a new low here. So if it's going to be bullish, we want to see an A and a B and a C wave here and then a move up from that point, and we can also go long on the second high here, or we can draw a line through here and all those sort of things. But let's just go into the 1 hour chart and just pick this up with a bit more detail. So as we're left standing here, we've got 5 waves to the upside of 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, and then 1 and 2 in here, and 3 and 4 in here, and 5 here. So that can be either wave 5 to here, or it can be 5 waves up for wave C of 4 here. So they're the two counts that we've had here, and you're aware of those. So they're the two things. So what we were waiting for was to have 5 waves up here and then have an A and a B and a C wave here. Now this C wave here could also come down here further. We won't know that. This could also be wave 1 here as well, of course. So we could copy that in here just so you're clear on it, and then that would be wave 2 back up here. So this appears to be wave 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 down here. So we could look at it as wave A or wave 1 here. So then we can look at this next move here as the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave to this point. Because this move from the top to the bottom here, coming back up to the 750 roughly, is the 61.8%. So they're just starting points, you know what I mean? It could go higher up into the 78.6 and so on here, but that's what we're looking at here. Now, this move down through here will be in 5 waves, and normally there's some sort of relationship in terms of equality between wave A and wave C here. It could be a 61.8% relationship as well. So what we would need to see here is we'd need to see, well, you know, even if you had a tiny little 5 waves up through here, that wouldn't get you very far either, because it would have a retracement here and then we'd have another 5 waves up here. So that would take us up to, if we looked at this top here to this low here, just roughly speaking, that would take us to the 50-60% retracement level. So I could do that a bit down here a little bit further. And that's where that can fail and move down from that point here as well, from there, and move down from that point. So you've got to be careful that you could be right. You know, you could essentially, with all of this, is just go long right here through that B wave here. And you'd have to put the stop under this low here, but it could come back and take you out here. That's the problem with going on the low here. So yeah, we'll just see how we travel. We'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll see a move up here and then a move down. I mean, in a nutshell, if you don't see me, then the other point here will be getting a classic trading levels pattern sitting on the 750 here. That's the trade to the upside. That's the safe. They're the safe. Taking that high out here or taking the B wave out top here, which would be this one here. That would be this. That would be the safe trade at that point. If we get a second high here, you can bring it down onto that. But otherwise, we need to wait for this to come up. We could probably work this here, and we probably will. We just need to be a little bit careful about what we do in this space here. But the main takeaway with all of this is we're getting to the point where we're going to know for sure what the next trend is going to be. So I don't know what that is, but I know what to do about it, you know, in this case. So that's it, really. We'll go over the same thing with silver, because silver will be the same as well. Now I've got silver 1 degree smaller here. If it's going to be positive, that's a big if, then we need to take this high out here. And once again, we've got a nice A wave here with 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here. So nice A wave here. The B wave is traveling sideways there, so that should pop up, hit supply somewhere, and then come down here for this. So this is good in this case because in this case we've got the $25 here, so we can look for a classic trading levels pattern. Once it's down here below here, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, the ABC pattern, and then we can go long from over here on that, if indeed it's going to present itself like that, because otherwise if it's going to be bearish, then this is going to be here and then it's going to come down further from that point. So at this stage we can take the top out here. We could also take the B wave top out here. That would also be the next thing, but we won't know that until the B wave is in place and this is moved down from that point. But if it moves down and it's below the level here and then it finds support on top of the level, then you need to be long from that side. You need to build in long positions. You don't have to shovel it all in at once, but you can build through here in terms of the levels. So we've got 25 is the medium level, then we've got 10, 20, and 30 here. That makes up group 1. So if you get support on top of group 1 with another classic trading levels pattern, then you know the market's going to be pushing up to 50 at that point, and then up to 80 at that point. So these are where you can build in to here. So from here you can build in on 10, 20 and 30. If you do get support on 30, then you know that you're on your way at that point, and then you can look to add on top of 50 as well, and then you can continue to build to the upside. But we don't know that yet. So just back to gold here for a second and just sort of recapping this here before I leave. So just the recap here, we know that we've got 5 waves up here, so we can call that the 5th wave here of 1 or wave C of 4 here. This move down through here can be the A wave or it can be wave 1, and we're going to see an ABC back here for wave B or wave 2, and then if it's wave 2, then we're going to see a strong 3rd wave down here. If it's going to be wave C here, then it should be on more of an angle than this one here. So let's just go over that. The market makes a top. The A wave is normally quite sharp. The B wave is whatever it is, and the C wave is normally on more of an angle. But if you see the C wave heading down like that, then Houston, you know you've got a problem at that point. So the angle of the C wave will also be helpful as well. Otherwise, we'll see it come down into this space here, into the 1720 sort of area, and then build up from there. So tomorrow, when I do the video, then we should be getting closer to a trade setup here, and if the timing's right, then I'll try to get you in right close on the low. I mean, the other way to do this too is that if you get 5 waves down here, and then in the 5th wave here, if you can count 5 waves in the 5th wave here, then you can just buy on the low here and leave the stop out of the way a bit at that point. But I would, if I was doing it, I would at least wait for the 30 here, the top of group 1, to become the support at that point. So I'll remove that there. So it's still going to be a little bit tricky down here. It's not the point where you want to shovel it all in, because you could get trapped, you know. You have to enter the positions in line with your confidence and your knowledge and skill set. Alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.